My name is, like I said, Angel, and I also go by Kat. I am a creative person that's super energetic. I am light, I am happiness, I am love, I'm beauty, and everything I am, you guys are. That's how I see people. I see everybody like that. I first fell in love with fashion, and it led me to beauty and then hair care. And I believe we all have the power to heal ourselves, and I share my story, and I live a very transparent life because I feel like it provides healing to others. And I like that you said that you're a sister. I am a sister. I'm not yet an aunt, thank God. And I am a daughter, and I'm excited for this. This is like my first panel, so I'm like, this is dope. And I see so many beautiful people, so I'm like, I'm blessed, so I'm happy. Everybody. For me, it's everyone who I meet inspires me because I feel like everyone's so individual and so creative and so unique their own way that something I learned from you is something that she can teach me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm inspired by people, like people keep me going, yeah. Overcoming things is really big to me. Like, I feel like a warrior when I overcome certain situations because I know everybody here has a story. You know, we all went through something that was difficult in our life, and to get past it is just like, you know, that feeling, that joy, that like, yes, I did it. And I think that also inspires me, like, to keep pushing, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I know right now, even with certain circumstances and certain struggles in front of me right now, I'm fighting not just my battles, but my family's battles and battles for my friends. You know what I mean? I'm trying to break chains, y'all. Like, I mean, break some chains. But yeah.
That's a good one.
Shit. I don't know. Somebody tell me.
Stop being shy.
I'm supposed to tell you what I think inspires. That's so.
No, honestly, it's like when you think about it, it kind of makes you a little soft-hearted because I think about all the conversations that my friends and I have, and I'm just like, oh. My friends know I'm a crier, so excuse me if I cry during this panel, but we're all women. We engage in our emotions. But my friends have told me my love. Oh, here it goes. Yes, my love. The motivation that I put behind them. Caring, you know what I mean? I'm not always great with time, but their patience with me, and I learned to be more patient with them, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I think that's the stuff that they would say inspires them, like that peace, you know what I mean? And just to continuously walk in that light, you know? Yeah, I did good, I held it up. It was right here. Right here. I know one thing my friends are not that I'm trying to be is funny. Like, all my friends can tell you I'm corny.
I'm corny.
So maybe it's because a lot of my friends are funny, but I'm just not.
I try hard.
I try hard to be funny.
I thought I was funny. I laugh.
Listen, my best friend, she used to laugh at my jokes, now she just don't.
She's just like, I know you.
She's just like, nah. She's like, it's just so corny.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I had to come to terms with the fact that I'm corny.
I'm not there yet.
I'm like, I'm not the funniest person you know. I'm not really worse. Yeah. Word.
We're there.
We're here.
Yeah. The reason I do what I do is because I am trying to establish strong shoulders so my kids are fine. And so my kids' kids are fine. And for my kids' kids' kids to be fine. Not only just my children, but my friends' children. Like, if I would, like, the way I see it is like, if I can establish something and I can have people that I know come in and work for that same thing so they can sustain their family. Like, that whole bridge that we're building, it goes further than we can imagine. I also do it for my family in Guyana. Like, y'all don't understand, like, my family in Guyana, that's a real tight heartstring it pulls on. Cause I actually found out Guyana is a fourth world country. If y'all don't know where Guyana is, it's in South America, north of Brazil. We got a whole bunch of Indian people there, a couple of blacks, the Amerindians and all that kind of stuff. But just to see how they live and where I am right now isn't even where I want to be. But where they are is further below. You know what I mean? Like, my mom, she gave me some really good shoulders to stand on. And I want to make her proud by providing shoulders for others to stand up. You know what I mean? And not just my family, but for all the people that are connected to me, because you guys are all family, even though I don't know you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you guys. But yeah, just so I can have people be able to walk in who they are, like with purpose, like she said, and just be them and not have to worry about what's going on to the left and to the right, you know. So that's what keeps me pushing, just to help people get to that place. Yeah. For me, first of all, don't isolate yourself. There's a huge difference between me time and isolation.
Yeah.
So one thing I do, I try to connect with my friends. You know what I mean? Yeah, isolation is bad, especially if you're someone that's really passionate and you're really creative. When you isolate, you just get yourself in that whole crowd. Y'all can't find me. You see me walking around with sweatpants looking all crazy, like, yeah, she's going through it, y'all. But that's one thing I definitely don't do. I try to get around my friends, like, you know what I mean? I try to be around people. I try to change my environment. If I don't want to work at home, I go into the city. For me, prayer is really important. Like, having a relationship with God is really important. He knows my story. He already has my story written out. So who better to go to when I feel like my story isn't going right than God? And then I try to just watch motivational clips. I try to watch happy movies. I even talk to myself. Like, I don't care if it sounds crazy. I will talk to myself, because who can talk to you better than you? You know what I mean? Literally, I'll be like, you're doing well. Like, you're better than how you were last year. Like, you know, you gotta have those self-affirmations. Exactly. You have to be thankful. If you open up your eyes, that's the first thing you gotta say thank you God for. Like, you know what I mean? Because some people they don't fall asleep, they die when they go to sleep. You know what I mean? So just being able to wake up another day, and just so like small things, like someone opening the door, say thank you, be grateful for things like that. If you don't know what your accomplishments are, go look back at your history. I graduated from high school. Yeah, I didn't get to go to the college I wanted to, but I went to like cosmetology school. That's my story. Before, I used to beat myself up not going to like, you know, college or like going to a 4-year school, but then I was like, that wasn't my story. So when I get down, I look at all my accomplishments, I surround myself with friends, I pray, I speak positivity, and yeah. You know what I mean? And balance it out if you really want to be balanced. But me personally, I'd rather my scale shifted so my lows are low, like it's like a 30%, and then my highs are like a 70%. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I want to live. I live very positive. You know, if there's negative people, so listen, separate from people. If you got a best friend from when you was in 2nd grade and she's in positive, peace. You don't need her. Y'all had your season. It's okay. All right. The way I assess it, so my closest friends are in the house right now, so they know I'm a yes man. I will say yes, knowing damn well I can't. Like, I mean it. I will say yes. But I've come into this season where I'm starting to listen to my gut. Literally, we are given a gut so we can respond to certain things in a certain way. And like, for example, when Sam asked me to speak at this, I wasn't like, nah, don't do it. It was like, oh, go do that. Like, you know what I mean? That's a good look. Not only that, but it's positive. I started recognizing, first of all, you gotta know who you are. Because you can't just be doing everything for everybody. Because you can't overextend yourself. And that's something I had to work on. And I'm still working on it, like overextending myself. But I think really just taking your time, and you don't have to say yes right away. Because Sam knows I didn't respond right away. It took me maybe a couple hours, I don't know, days, weeks, I don't know. Sam knows. It's in our chat. You know what I mean? But regardless, it's okay to not answer right then and there. I used to always be led by emotion. So like, if I know you and I know you're going through stuff, I'd be like, oh girl, like, yo, I'll help you out, I'll give you this, you know. And it's not right. You're doing yourself a disservice that way. So I would say recognizing that, and then having your own pause moments, and then proceeding like that, because it's okay to say no. Like, I remember my season of saying no. I was saying no to everybody. You want to go out? No. You want to go to the club? No. You want to do this? No. You want to go for dinner? No. Just no. Like, no. No. Like, no. You can't. No. I don't have $5. No. Like, no. It's okay. Like, we're so easy and so quick to say yes that we forget that there's a no, like, or a hold on, or a maybe. Like, you don't have to say yes, because I used to say yes all the time. And when I was in my season of no, y'all, there was so much peace. Literally so much peace. And, you know, just recognizing that. So it's good to be a helper. It's good to be there for your friends. But sometimes you got to remember, it's okay to say no. It's okay to draw yourself back in, look at the situation, and proceed. So in high school, so it kind of starts when I was in 8th grade. In 8th grade, I always wanted to go to Boston Arts Academy. I am such an artist. I always want to go there so I can just be so happy with colors and just being creative and all that kind of good stuff. My dad had a different plan for me. He wanted me to be a doctor. He's from Trinidad. A lot of West Indian cultures are like that. You know, a lot of West Indian cultures, they want us to be lawyers, doctors, stuff like that. I remember him telling me, you can't make any money painting. And I was like, okay. So I went to this school that was mostly focused on health careers, and then from there I got into actually fashion design, surprising enough, because I was into, it was funny, it was like I was into architecture, and then I was into interior design, and then I got into fashion design because my school had a fashion show. And I remember our senior year, and my best friend who's recording me is she's a witness to this. Our senior year, I put on that fashion show. I made all the clothes for it. I had the girls walk. I created the mix. She helped me with a lot of the stuff too, and that was my first official fashion show. And I went into fashion design. A lot of you guys met me through fashion design. And I would make clothes and I'd sew it for people. But that easily became something that wasn't me completely, because I started to cater to what people wanted versus my creative freedom. And I had to stop for a while. A lot of people were asking me, like, what happened? Where are you? Like, you must be in the cave. You must be going in. Like, you got something planned up. Like, you know what I mean? And it was really no. I was like in this place where I was rebranding and trying to figure out who I was. I graduated high school and I didn't get into the school of my choice, which was mass art. So you could imagine not being able to go to a high school based on art, and then not getting. I got into the school, but my grades were down because my dad actually passed away junior year. And if anybody knows, junior year is a make it or break it year, you know. And that really affected my GPA. So they said go to community college, get your GPA up, whatever the case is. And I went to community college. I didn't even last a semester. I was like, this is not for me. And I knew it. I knew it plain and straight. I was like, this is not for me. And I was scared to tell my mom I wanted to drop. But she kind of already knew because she saw me not going. She was like, she calls me G. She was like, G, I already know. I was like, okay. And around that season, I also had a mentor. And I suggest people find a mentor, find someone that will pour into you, find somebody that isn't your age. I want to say get someone older that has life experience supporting you, because of her, she was able to bring me to the beauty school that I went to, and that beauty school was a lot of money, but it provided me opportunities and the education and all the things that I needed to know in order to grow the business I have right now. So I do hair and makeup, and I still sew. Like, I made my skirt, y'all. Shameless plug. I do still sew, but I'm very, like, knowing what opportunities to say yes and no to. That's something I already know when it comes to sewing, even though my sister here can say, I be still saying yes sometimes. But when it comes to hair and beauty, so I really believe that the things that we have offered to us isn't really for us. Natural hair movements and skincare and stuff like that just started booming, you know what I mean? We just started getting the word out. So for me, I went to a school that was all white people. I'm just be so plain and straight. It was catered to white people, okay? They didn't know how to do curly hair. They didn't even know how to cut curly hair. They would say you have to straighten curly hair in order to cut it. That's truly false. You don't need to get your hair blow dried. You don't need to get it straightened to get it trimmed or cut, okay? So it was just stuff like that, and I was just like, I remember there was another girl who was black that went to my school, and she was so passionate, but the way she was portraying her passion, it was like, it was hindering our appearance as strong black women. I was like, girl, they don't understand your passion like that, you know what I mean? You can't just be saying you're racist, and you can't say stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because they didn't do it with the intent of being racist or whatever. So being in that school, I was like, ooh, there's a need for education when it comes to curly hair and just natural hair altogether, not just curls, like locks too, you know what I mean? There's amazing lockistas that know, you know what I mean? You know, how to take care of it, you know, because we just started putting information out. So when I started my product line, it was honestly a revelation from God, because I remember I was in my bed, and it first started off with skin. I was just like, why is my skin so bad? And I was like looking at my mom, I'm like, my mom has popping skin. I was like, why is my skin so bad? So then I started reflecting on where I am and where she was. So she grew up in Guyana, I grew up in America. Long story short, I realized it's the stuff we eat, it's the products that we use, it's the toxicness of the air. Like, we have so much pollution. Like, look outside, you feel pollution just looking outside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel it right now, you know? And then it led me to also thinking about what I put in my hair. I'm like, I purchase all these products and I just trust these companies? Like, what? Like, why am I gonna try? I don't know who made this, you know what I mean? I'm just going by what they say. I don't know how to read the ingredients on these products. And I was like, whoa, like, stop, slow down. So I started doing my research and I started to study Chinese medicine. I started to look into like my culture. My mom is Indian, so all the packs of weed y'all trying to buy, that's like my cousins from cousins. Like, you know what I mean? That I don't even know, like, you know? And I was just like, why can't women just love their hair for what it is? Why are we seeing it as ugly and all this kind of stuff? Like, why do we feel like we have to change it in order to be accepted? So it was just like this huge circle of things just happening. And I was just like, you know what? I want to create a product that's natural, all raw and all virgin, that I'm going to sell to women so that they can take care of their hair the right way. And, you know, obviously that's going to stream down into the skincare and all that kind of stuff. But right now I just want to focus on hair, because in 2000 and, I'm sorry if this is going really long. In 2014, I was in a situation that was life or death for me. I won't go into it because that's another story for another day. But because of that situation, I had to really reflect on my life and really reflect on what I'm trying to do with myself. And as all women know, when you go through something really tough, you take it out on your hair. So me, I shaved all my hair off. So I was literally walking around with a taper, short hair, and everybody was like, oh my God, it's so cute. I was like, yeah, it's cute. But at the same time, I was like, what the heck did I just do? Like, I was like, are you like crazy, super mad? What, you know? But I realized that I had to go through that so I could be able to have the experience to tell people, like, hey, big chopping's not scary. You know what I mean? Cutting off those dead ends and that dead baggage connected to that hair, it's all right, you know? But yeah, so I started looking into natural products and like creating it. And I just realized, like, yo, I have the ability right now to touch people's lives through my products and cover them. So my product line is called Covered. And I believe all of us are covered, because the situation I went through, I was literally covered by God in that situation. I should have been dead. That's how I feel, you know? And no, that's what I know. I should have been dead. Like, but because of him covering me, I'm all right and I'm here. And also, your hair is your glory. Whether it's short, long, locked, curly, straight, wavy, anything. It's your glory. Like, everybody loves their hair. You know what I mean? You don't meet one person that says, I don't like their hair. Like, I don't like my hair. Even if it's short. Like, my girl over here, she's been rocking her short hair since, what, 6th grade?
12 years.
Yeah, girl, for a while. And she always she loves it. Like, her hair goals might not be having length, but she definitely takes care of it, you know? So I would say, if you are passionate about something, go into your quiet space, get down deep and dirty, and really go through it and say why. Don't do it because you want likes. Don't do it because you want to be famous. Don't do it if you don't have the heart for, like, people. Don't do it for people. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I got to where I'm at when it comes to my product line. I just want to touch people through my products. I want to heal people, you know, and yeah. So if you have a plan and an idea as an entrepreneur, just take your time. And it goes to show you, sometimes your passions change. At first I was into fashion design. Now I'm selling hair care products. You know what I mean? I still love sewing, and it's okay that I'm not making that my main focus, but now I see something deeper. And if I didn't have that fashion mentality, I would have never went through going to Quincy College to realize I didn't like that, and then going to a cosmetology school. You know what I mean? There's links. You just have to reflect, plan, and just have that passion.
Thank you. Can we give it up for our panel?